Hello again, everyone. Michael here with Felicity. November 8033 Fox, a Cessna flight training device that I built right here at home. It is Friday, 24th of February 2023. I hope you've all had a good week since we flew last on Tuesday. Tuesday we were in the Washington area, and we've since had our Cessna 206 ferried over to New York. We are on the ground at Farmington and going to fly the Hudson SFRA, Special Flight Rules area, northbound. We're going to turn right around and head back southbound for a approved landing at JFK. It's not often we get into the JFK class Bravo, so that's what we're going to plan for this evening. Should be exciting. I want to thank you all for coming in. Hey Drippy, hello. Happy to see you. Let's see here. Couple things about the Hudson SFRA. Well, actually, we'll get there in just a second. We are here at Republic. Talk a little bit about Republic real quick. Intersecting runway 0119er and 14 and 32. I've been to Republic a couple times. The details of all the details kind of elude me. I don't remember them all. But we do have intersecting runways. Weather at Republic is 320 degrees. We're coming out of the northwest, 6 to 15 knots. Visibility is 10 though, and we do have clear skies below 12,000 feet. Temperature 1, dew point -12, and we're going to get all of that once we get into the aircraft. Let's see. Not too concerned about NOTAMs for our departure right now. Frequencies we're going to write down once we get inside of the aircraft, because with VATSIM, some of those frequencies may vary from the real world frequencies, so we won't know until we get in there and pull up our frequency list. So. But anyway, out of Republic, my plan is to depart, head southbound. We're going to kind of follow the coast until we get to the Hudson. We're going to proceed at north, check out the landmarks, turn right back around, come south, and get into JFK. That's going to kind of be our plan for this evening. Our Hudson SFRA VFR landmarks that we'll be using scenery-wise are courtesy of Gemma Studios, and you can find them on the xplane.org, or the Xplane forum, not the Xplane store, although he is on the store, but the SFRA landmarks are on the forum. So we've got our landmarks. Let's talk about JFK. We really need to kind of talk about this because this will be our first time in here. We have 4 runways. Let me just pull up this whole airport diagram. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, we got a lot of traffic down there. 4 runways. Let's see, is there a GA place marked anywhere on here so I would know what runway to possibly expect? Customs, General Aviation Terminal, Quebec 4, okay. So we now know that the GA terminal is on the west side of the airport. That's probably going to be important because we have no idea where we're going to be told to go. I highly doubt we're going to be told to go to Customs or the fire station. So let's just expect that we're going to be told to taxi to the General Aviation Terminal, which we now know is going to be on the west end off of Quebec 4. Our runways we're not going to know yet, but we can kind of get an idea if we want to look at our weather. Still out of the north, a bit windy, 22 to 28. Oh, this ought to be fun. This ought to be real fun. Runway 0422, 0422, right and left, 13133131 right and left. So right now, ForeFlight is predicting runway 31, landing kind of northwest there. And let's see if traffic. So it looks like traffic also matches up with that. So as long as our weather trend doesn't change, I would imagine we would also expect a runway 31, most likely 31 right. I highly doubt they're going to give us a 22 or 4 runway with the winds the way they are. Again, frequencies we're not going to know until we get inside the aircraft and write those down. Any NOTAMs that could possibly affect us? Looks like there's a taxiway closed. DME equipment out of service. CRI. CRI. Okay. JFK BOR. Alright, okay, so nothing too major NOTAM wise is going to affect us. Weather, we discussed a little bit. Winds are pretty heavy out of the north of 22 to 28. Skies are clear though, relatively. Visibility is greater than 10. Few clouds, okay, 25,000 feet. Temperature 0, dew point -13. Alternates. What happens if we can't get in there? We need a backup plan. So right now we have approval. Our approval is valid for at least a few more hours, I would assume. But let's see, where can we go? Where can we go? We can always just go back to Republic. So that'll be our alternate back. If we can't get into JFK, JPC, welcome, my friend. Right, no worries. Still got a little bit of pre-flighting and planning. So JFK is going to be our alternate. If we can't, I'm sorry, Republic, where we departed out, is going to be our alternate. Hey Drippy, that's correct. We'll be departing out of Republic Tower, and that's going to be our alternate should we not be able to get back into JFK. What else is on our new craft checklist? I'm just going to use this one. NOTAMs, we talked about. Weather, we talked about. Known. Alright, this is great. This is a first for me. This is the first VATSIM for me. This is great. Known ATC delays. Alright, so we were just informed by Republic Tower that they will be right back. That's awesome. So we finally able to utilize our K in our new craft pre-flight acronym. Runways, runway lengths, really long. 12,000, 8,000. Yeah, okay, we're not even. The bottom line is, due to the runway lengths, we have plenty of runway. 23N as the alternate. Bayport. You know what? I guess we could. Keyhole cut out in the ice slip airspace there. Alright, Bayport's gonna be our alternate. With 23 knot winds? Alright, challenge accepted. Bayport will be our alternate. If we can't get into JFK, that'll work out just fine. Fuel. How much fuel do we need for our route? Let's see here. Just trying to gauge that real quick. So if that's about 7 miles. Let me see if I can remember this acronym, or how to put this in. KFRG, KFRG, that's not what I want. And that was about a heading of 184. We'll just call it a heading of 180 for about 8 miles or so. So if that's KFRG, is it a period? 180. No, that's not the right syntax. Alright, let me find a nav log. Let me find an old nav log. I'll be right back. I gotta go find a nav log real quick. Okay. Alright. Okay. So there's nothing in there at all. It's just your location point, and then your heading 180, and then your distance 08. There we go. Okay, that's what I wanted. So that's going to be my first checkpoint. And you know, if I was doing this in the real world, I'd continue to do this, and then I'd go ahead and print it out, and then I would go ahead and give it user-friendly names, like a beam, or South of Republic, a beam the beach, and then as I move along, it would be a beam, you know, certain checkpoints, like, you know, here I could be, you know, the end of the island there as my next checkpoint. But let's just say, alright, there's the Hudson. For argument's sake, let's just make our next checkpoint the Hudson, or the mouth of the Hudson. Which from here, I could do this one of two ways on ForeFlight. I could drop a pin, you know, and just add that to my route right there, which is generally the quickest. Or, you know, using the same method, we could go like KEWR. You know, if I drop down to the mouth of the Hudson there, looks like a heading of 152 degrees and about 10 miles. So I could do KEWR 15210, and that puts me my next VFR checkpoint right there into the route. SWJ Newfie, welcome, hello. Hopefully I said that right. I'm doing well, thank you. Hope you are too. Welcome. We're just discussing and going over our pre-flight for our trip up the Hudson SFRA and then back down for landing at JFK. So, and then from here, we're pretty much good with our checkpoints up until we decide, you know, our turnaround point. M. Stein, I am thus far using the, I'll call it DD design because I don't want to butcher the name, Jureski, and yes, the SFRA scenery from 11 work in 12. Yep. So if you don't have them, I highly recommend you download the SFRA landmarks from our good friend Jeffrey with Gemma Studios. So up the Hudson, we've got the Statue of Liberty, which is, let's see here, okay, just south of the Colgate clock. Clear. So the Statue of Liberty is going to be our next checkpoint. And we're just going to do this the quick way. And then Colgate Clock will be our next checkpoint. Let's see. Add that to our route. Then as we head up north, we're going to see the Intrepid Monument, the Intrepid Aircraft Carrier, George Washington Bridge, and then continuing along the Hudson until we get out of the Bravo. So right about here. Abbreviated radio calls while we're traveling north on the Hudson. I would say something to the effect of Cessna northbound Colgate Clock, or Cessna southbound George Washington Bridge. Don't get all crazy with your radio calls. Let's real quick take a look at the SFRA. Man, either I'm getting older, this writing's getting smaller over the years. So if we're coming in here from the mouth of the Hudson, at or below 1,300 feet, I like to use 1,100. I think it even gets specific. Okay. Right, it doesn't specify an actual altitude other than, at least not that I can see, other than below 1,300 feet. I like 1,100. JPC, you're going to see us out. We'll probably have to get a transition through the Bravo, and then I'll be under the Bravo using the exclusion route until we turn back around and come back in for our landing at JFK. At least that's our flight plan so far. And then from here, once we're out of the Bravo to the north, which this is LGA's Bravo, LaGuardia. Is that LaGuardia? LGA. Yep, LaGuardia. So once we're out of LaGuardia's Bravo to the north, we can go ahead and make either a full stop somewhere and we depart back to the south, do a touch and go, or we can just do a 180 right there over the Hudson and proceed back south. Let's plan that after we get up in the air though. So we've at least got our VFR route dialed in, to our turnaround point, and if need be we can just mirror this back down. Let's see here, let me go ahead and finalize this one at Hudson Valley. I think I'm familiar with that one. Alright, let's just make that our trek up. If we don't get all the way to Hudson Valley, that's fine. Let's go ahead and pack for that. So our total distance looks like it's going to be 103 nautical miles. 103 nautical miles. Give me just a second. The CX3 by ASA is a great flight calculator in my experience so far. Let's see. That's not what I want. So let's say a true airspeed of about the winds are coming out of the north, and that's definitely gonna hinder us a bit on the way up. Let's see. ForeFlight is calculating a 20 knot headwind. And it's good, great, and dandy that ForeFlight does all of these calculations for me, but it's still good to know how to do them. 103 nautical miles up, let's just say. 18 gallons per hour for cruise with that headwind. And if we're cruising at 130, I'm going to estimate a ground speed of about see, we're in the SFRA. We don't have to go that fast. If we go that fast, we're going to miss out on some of these sites. So we could do, granted our plane can cruise that. Let's just figure a cruise of 100. So if we're cruising at 103 nautical miles, 18 gallons per hour. Plus, if we wanted to go an extra half hour daytime VFR, that is what? Not an additional 9 gallons. So 27 would be the minimum I would want to take one way. Plus, I like to give myself a little cushion. Normally, I like to do an hour on each end, but on a route this short, we may not need to. So we'll just add another hour for posterity's sake. So that would give us 45. And our stationary holds 88 gallons total, 44 usable in each wing. So if we fill up each wing about halfway, that'll give us plenty of fuel to get up there. But considering we want to make a return trip, let's just go ahead and double that. 90 gallons. 90 gallons of fuel. So let's take 90 gallons of fuel, times that by 6. How much fuel are we carrying? is that 540 pounds? Okay. Plus you and I weigh the same. We get about 900 pounds. And then plus our gear. That's going to be our payload for this evening, 940 pounds. So fuel, we decided we wanted to be 45 gallons or so. And then takeoff and landing performance. I mean, we have, I think the smallest runway there was like 8,000 feet or something. So there's plenty of runway at JFK, 8,400 feet. So takeoff and landing performance is, I got that covered. Now, Bayport, on the other hand, is a whole different story. With the winds, it may be kind of difficult to get down there. But we'll brief that if we need to when that time comes. I think we got everything we need to go. We talked about all of our regulatory stuff. We talked about the weather. Oh man, I just messed my whole route up. Okay. I'll do that in when I'll refill that once we get into the aircraft. Okay. Alright, I think we're ready to go. I'll see you in the plane. Alright, hello everyone. Welcome aboard Felicity. Sorry it took me a minute to get out here. This East GA ramp is it's kind of a walk. Okay, we are on the ramp here at Republic. We're at the East GA ramp area. Before we do much, let's go ahead and take care of our weight and balance, which we discussed was going to be me and you and I weigh the same, and we'll apply 22 gallons in each wing. And we're gonna give us, what did I factor, 40 pounds a gear. Okay, does put us within our envelope. We're good there. Total takeoff weight is 2,860 pounds. Okay, payload's 400 pounds plus fuel. Alright. Hey, I can do math a little bit, I guess. And we'll go ahead and apply that. We'll take these pesky tie downs off. Alright. What else do we need to do? We need to get some frequencies. Let's write some frequencies down. Wow, that's a big long list there. Alright, let's try and narrow this down a little bit. Okay. Clear that out for now. 128.725. Alright, JFK Tower 119.1. Okay, that's our destination. What do we have for approach? JFK, K approach, A approach, G approach. Oh boy. A, G. Tell you what, we're just gonna take a gamble and guess and pick letter A. Worst case, is that because we're gonna have to get a hold of approach to get our over the tower to get into JFK. So it doesn't specify necessarily which one. So we'll just use A, 132.4. Okay. And then we're at Republic. Let's see what we have here at Republic. 126.650. Is there a negative on the ground? And tower 118.8. I thought about
grabbing flight following, but if I remember right, radar won't cover that low over the Hudson. Um, but flight following to the corridor may not be a bad idea. So I wonder who covers. Alright, JPC, who's the approach controller out of your airspace, or what frequency would that be? So whatever departure may be. Let's see if it tells us in here. We can't. Okay. We can just go below the Bravo. You'll need to talk to JFK Tower in that at or below 500 South Shore line. Flight following would be on 125.7. 125.7. 125.7. So that would be JFK approach. JFK departure. Okay, we won't need to talk to any center tonight, I highly doubt. Approach should be able to cover us at least up to up north of the Hudson, I would imagine. Okay, I don't think we need any other frequencies currently. Let's get our bird started up. Let's do a quick walk around. The bigger picture shows us that we don't have any oil leaks. All of our tires are inflated. Okay, so JPC usually departs south, stays clear of the Bravo, which is kind of what we intended to. Okay. And then call JFK Tower from the South Shore line to go east to west below 500 feet. Okay, we could do that. We may even just be able to get a transition to the Bravo from out this way too. Okay. Right, absolutely. I don't know how long it's going to take them to even respond at this point. We'll see. Let's get our lights on real quick and check that out. Landing light and taxi light are working. Got a green on the right with a working strobe. Beacon is good. Got a white in the rear. Red on the left with a working strobe. Okay, all of our lights are good. Pitot tube is warm. Let's check our flight controls. Alright, our elevator seems to be working fine. Radar's good. Ailerons are good. Flaps down. Okay. Let's get all of these loads on. Fuel caps are installed in a streamlined position. VOR antennas are in place. Let's have a seat. All right. Pre-flight walk around was good. We've got our fuel. We've got our appropriate checklist. Okay. We do. Alright, moving right along to our interior checklist. Please go ahead and keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight. Just because we're going to be pretty low. Never know what may inadvertently happen. So at least for this flight, please go ahead and keep it fastened. If we were cruising along at 3,000 feet, I'd say you could remove it during cruise, but tech time is 25.7. Alternate static air is off. Start checklist. Let's get scooted up here. Okay. Avionics are off. Our autopilot is off. Cow flaps open. Okay. Make sure it's gonna go full rich. Prop is already high. Okay. Throttle's closed. Brakes are on. Clear prop. Looks clear in the left. Looks clear in the right. Clear in the front. Okay, master's going on. Our beacon's on. Let's get our fuel pump on. Fuel flow. Let's bring our throttle back. Fuel pump off. And mags to start. We're looking for oil pressure. Okay, oil pressure's good there. Let's turn our landing line on for safety. And that concludes our start checklist. Pre-taxi, let's get our seatbelts on. Alright. Flaps going up. Avionics going on. Bear with me while I reposition a window here. Alright, that's better. And where were we at? Avionics are on. Let's get some weather information, which ATIS was 126.650. 126.
1005, temperature 0, dew point -13, altimeter tree 051, Visual approach in use. Landing and departing runway 32. Read back all hold short instructions, runway assignments, and altitude assignments. Advise Republic Tower. On initial contact, you have information X-ray. Republic Airport 8 is information X-ray 0153 Zulu. Wind 350 at 10. Weather better than 5,005. Temperature 0. Dew point -13. Altimeter 3051. Visual approach in use. Landing and departing runway 32. Read back all hold short instructions, runway assignments, and altitude assignments. Advise Republic Tower. On initial contact, you have information X-ray. Republic Airport 8 is information X-ray 0153 Zulu. Wind 350 at 10. Weather better than 5,005. Temperature 0. Dew point.
Alright. Got our weather information, altimeter 3051. Looks like for our field elevation, what is that, right at 100 feet or so? 81 feet, close enough I reckon. Alright, got our ATIS, set our altimeter, transponders on, let's lock mode Charlie, ADS-B is tied into our nav lights, let's get those on. Radio will test momentarily, taxi light was good, brakes will test on the roll, as well as our attitude and turn coordinator. But let's go ahead and set our heading indicator to compass. Alright. Tell you what, we could probably just go ahead and do a run up right here. Let's go ahead and stick a head out of our window and make sure that there's nobody behind us. Alright, we're good. Rob Valkyrie, hello my friend. Right up, check those brakes are on, fuel, we're on the right tank right now. Okay, trim, set for takeoff. Rudder trim, set for takeoff. Okay, flight controls, down on the right, up on the left, down on the left, up on the right. Elevator and rudder good. Okay. Mixture's full rich, 1700, here we go, brakes on. Left mag, there's our drop. Right mag, there's another drop. We'll cycle this prop. 1. 2. Oil pressure drop, manifold pressure goes. 3. Okay, the prop governor's working. Suction's in the green, oil temperature, oil pressure good, good fuel flow. Cylinder head temperature is decent, and we'll go ahead and idle back and check our throttle friction. That feels good there. Tabletop Android, hello. Lurk away. Hope you've been well. Alright, rhythm checklist is complete. Tower is on 118.8. Let's go ahead and file a flight plan. Call sign, type VFR, or type 206. We are VFR, slant golf. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Altitude. Let's keep it low. Airspeed, we'll say 100. Arrival was KJFK. Alternate was 23 November. And route time, it was about roughly an hour, so we'll say 2 hours. Maybe, I don't know. And fuel endurance, we have about 3 hours on board. 3.5 hours what we calculated. It's in there. March. Okay. Flight plan locked by ATC. How is it even possible? I haven't even made an ATC call yet. GPC, did you file something for me already, buddy? Alright, let's try this. We'll disconnect from VATSIM and reconnect. Oh, I'm gonna be highly disappointed if there's another call sign on the network right now. Call sign in use. Be sure you're stationary on the ground and try again in 90 seconds. Alright. Alright, JPC is gonna go ahead and file that for me. That's fine. Appreciate that. I don't know why it wasn't loading in there. Alright. You're ready to taxi? I think, yeah, we're ready. Actually, I'll be right back, and then we'll be ready. I'm gonna take a quick break.
Attention all aircraft. Republic altimeter 3049 over.
Full service ATC is right. Outstanding. Alright, so JPC was kind enough to go ahead and file our flight plan on our behalf. Greatly appreciated. For those that don't know him, he is the founder of the Virtual USA Flying Club. And if you don't follow his channel already, please take a moment to go ahead and do so. Head on over there. I'll be right here waiting. Okay. We're at the East GA ramp. We have X-ray. It was X-ray. Okay. Republic Tower. Oh. Let me just change that push to talk button real quick. Republic Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot.
8033 Foxtrot, Public Tower, good evening.
Good evening, over here at the East GA ramp with X-ray. We're looking to taxi VFR, departure to the west. Cessna Type 206, Slant Golf.
Cessna 8033 Foxtrot, you exiting the ramp at Golf 4 or Delta 2 from that position? You're kind of like in the in-between for me.
Yep, I'll go ahead and reposition 33 Foxtrot. Alright, park and break off. Yeah, that's weird. It doesn't show me anywhere on the, Oh, don't hit that plane there. Yeah, fourth flight showing me not like on a area.
If you're heading that way, it looks like it's going to be Gulf, so runway 32, taxi via Gulf, Delta, and you said westbound departure?
Runway 32 via Gulf and Delta, and yes, westbound departure. And can I coordinate flight following with you?
8033 Foxtrot, westbound departure and request. You can pick up the flight following with New York approach on 125.7 once I give you the frequency change.
Roger, 8033 Foxtrot. Gulf, Delta, runway 32 via Gulf and Delta. Runway 32 via Gulf and Delta. Okay, so turn out there, turn out there. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to compare this scenery to real world. Alright, so this must be an older airport. It should at least be usable. Golf, then Delta. Okay, I got Delta that way. Oh crap, I forgot to do something. I'm gonna have to pull over for just a moment. Republic Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot.
Good.
And we need to vacate taxi for just a moment.
Are you able to get down to the run-up pad on taxiway Delta there, short of the runway? You should have space over there.
Oh yeah, I can get down there if I can hold there for a couple minutes.
You can pull into the run-up pad, whatever you need.
Roger, thank you, 33 Foxtrot. That's right, this is an add-on, this is an old add-on airport I used for 11 at one point in time, because I remember those models in the sky there that aren't really there. Okay. So note to self, I'm going to have to remove this airport from the custom scenery and either look at a different version, because the current gateway version may be an improvement over this one. Strando, hello? Welcome. Alright, we're gonna park here for just a moment. Need to do something real quick. Parking brakes on. There's a process that I forgot to start that I need to start real quick. Alright, sorry about that delay. We may forego flight following and just be VFR and then get through contact tower for quick transition. Alright, parking brakes off. So winds were 350.
Attention all aircraft. Republic altimeter 3050.
050. So a little bit of a crosswind, not much. Not much at all. What was it? 350. Yeah. Alright, strobes going on. Republic Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot, holding short, runway 32.
8033 Foxtrot, make westbound departure approved, wind 340 at 10, runway 32, clear for takeoff.
Runway 32, clear takeoff, November 8033 Foxtrot. See, those aren't real planes on VATSIM, that's part of this airport. So I'm gonna have to remove this one. Alright, let's grab center. 350. Okay, here we go. Full power. Let's ease into it. Watch our rudder on takeoff. Airspeed's alive. Let's rotate. Positive rate. Alright, let's head down towards the coast there.
And 8033 Foxtrot, I can give you the LA frequency change. If you're looking for flight following near approach 125.7 and your other ride.
125.7 for flight following. Number 8033 Foxtrot, thank you for your service. Good evening, sir.
Just coming in today.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna hang out. VFR, stay under the Bravo, get a hold of JFK Tower. I imagine approach is busy enough this evening. be below 500 before we get into this area right there. This area right here. So, tower frequency for JFK was 119.1. Get that on standby. It takes power to go fast, and it takes power to go slow. I'm gonna lift my right wing, make sure it's clear. Alright, current altitude is what? 600?
Control after Vegas Information Golf, current altimeter 305 tree.
JFK Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot.
Alright, last call and say again.
November 8033 Foxtrot.
8033 Foxtrot, Kennedy, no?
Good evening. We're a Type 206 land and golf along about 10 miles east of JFK along the shoreline. Would like to travel east to west below 500 feet.
And 8033 Foxtrot, squawk 0325, remain outside Bravo airspace, altimeter 305 tree.
Squawk 0325, remain outside the Bravo, and thanks for the help, 33 Foxtrot.
3123, connect departure, have a nice day.
45
Eastern 41, 31 left, clear for takeoff, wind 31022.29.
Takeoff, Eastern 41, thank you.
1994, runway 31 left, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, Delta 1994.
Zero 335 shot, radar contact. 10 east of Kennedy.
Altimeter 3053, remain outside Bravo airspace, continue westbound, caution weight turbulence, multiple aircraft landing and departing overhead.
Remain outside the Bravo, continue westbound, November 8033 Foxtrot.
Kennedy Tower, UPS 49 for 31 right. UPS 49 Heavy, Kennedy Tower 1310222-29, runway 31 right, clear line 88.
Absolutely, JPC. Couldn't agree more. Scenery-wise, we're using ortho photos. Sim Heaven, X-World America.
41, contact departure, have a nice day.
That's about it. Mostly default airports. We just got our aircraft out of the maintenance hangar today. We had a new HSI installed on the right seat. A little bit more situational awareness when flying over there.
1994, 31 left, clear for takeoff for 31022-28. 31 left, clear for takeoff, Delta 1994. Out of 1427, runway 31 left, line up and wait. Out of 1427, runway 31 left, line up and wait. Delta 1427, Kennedy.
Got traffic above.
Somewhere in here.
Kennedy Tower, FedEx 135, Heavy is visual 31 right.
925 Heavy, Kennedy Tower. Number 2, phone is 747 on 2 mile final course way turbulence, wind 31022-29, runway 31 right, clear to land.
Clear land number 2, 31 right, FedEx 125 Heavy.
The 1427, Kennedy Tower, how do you hear me?
A little bit of situational awareness.
1427,
Manifold pressure's good fuel flow. Instructions in the grain, oil pressure, oil temperature are good. Cylinder head temperature is good. Cruising along, making 2400 RPMs. Making about 85
Walker,
along the ground.
2672, do you see the American crossing left to right?
Yes, sir. Walker
2672, follow the American, turn right at Zulu short of 31 left.
Roger, following the American Boeing, Walker 2672.
Delta 172, Kennedy Tower, good evening, follow the Walker. Follow the Walker, Delta 172. Delta 1994, contact New York departure, have a nice day. New York departure, Delta 1994. Fourteen 27, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff.
I generally don't fly this
PS
low.
49
It's
Heavy,
pretty
unable to
cool.
respond, are you going to the right? Affirmative, sir. PS 49 Heavy, when able, exit right, taxi to Parker via Charlie, monitor ground 121.9.
Charlie, exiting right, UPS 49, roger.
106, runway 31 left, line up and wait.
0 left line information, runway 106.
1427, just to verify you are clear for takeoff.
Takeoff, Delta 1427.
Thank you. Air France 6, Kennedy Tower, you up?
Air France 005, Kennedy, hello.
Sorry, Air France 5, Kennedy Tower, hello. Number 2, following a FedEx 777 on 2 mile final, wind 310 at 22 gust 29, caution weight turbulence, runway 31 right, cleared.
And
Yeah, I suppose I was creeping in a little bit there, huh?
005.
I really just wanted to see what these houses look like so close. KJFK is just off to our right there.
On 1420, 1427 contact departure. Departure, that's it. 1427 contact.
That is our hello once again, Delta 330, traffic to Alex runway.
Oh, that'd be awesome, JPC. I look forward to seeing those if you're able to do that.
5 Tango X-ray, are you landing or short? Number 425 Tango X-ray, outside Bravo Space, radar service terminated, change to advisory frequency growth. Have a nice day. Delta 330, Kennedy Tower number 2, following a heavy A350, 2 mile final wind, 31022 gust 29er, runway 3 run right, clear to land.
Roger number 2, behind the traffic inside, runway 21 right, clear to land. Thank you, Delta 330.
Rock 106, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff with 31022 gust 29er.
2 left, clear takeoff, Shamrock 106.
5757 or 31 left, line up and wait.
31 left, line up and wait, United 3757.
FedEx 925, taxi to Park via Charlie, you can monitor me.
Alright, to Park via Charlie, we'll monitor this frequency, FedEx 925.
Tower, good evening, American 1140, final approach, 31 right. American 1140, Kennedy Tower number 2, following traffic on a 2 mile funnel, wind 31022 gust 29er, runway 31 right, clear to land. 31 right, clear to land, traffic ahead, American 1140.
Kennedy Tower, helicopter November 6 over Williamsburg route, requesting landing.
November 6, helicopter 6, where do you want to land?
Just a minute, sir.
Rock 106, contact
Awesome,
with,
I'll have to
your
check those
departure
out later. Thank you.
Departure, have a good night, Shamrock 106, thanks.
311 indicated, France 005 Heavy. France 005 Heavy, taxi Park via Bravo, monitor this frequency, have a nice day.
Stand on Bravo and stay on this frequency. Thank you for the control. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Delta 17, sharing on with you.
Kennedy Tower, good evening, Delta 2440 Heavy, 180 till 301 right. Delta 2440, Kennedy Tower number 3, following A320, 4 mile final wind 31022 gust 29er, runway 31 right, clear to land. Traffic 31 right, clear to land, 2440. United 5757, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway 31 left, clear for day, United 5757.
2249, runway 31
There you
left,
go,
line
chat.
away.
Go ahead and check that out. Check those photos out.
Thank you for that.
Kennedy Tower, November 6, requesting landing at the general aviation, sir.
Tower 6, roger, proceed inbound.
November 6 allowed to proceed inbound to land.
Lookout number 6, remain northwest, northeast of 31 left, center line.
November 6 will remain northeast through the 31. Okay, sir.
Up the extended center line for 31 left, and then you can just continue your approach into the G18.
All right, sir.
5757, contact departure, have a nice day.
5757 departure. Kennedy Tower, number 330, proceed to runway 31 right, services.
330, ground is back up. You can give them a call 121.9. Have a nice day.
Roger, 121.9, have a nice day. US number 230.
American 2249, Kennedy. Oh, sorry, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff. 0 left, clear for takeoff, 2249. Walker 2672, runway 31 left, line of void.
Line up and wait. Runway 21 left, Walker 2672.
Okay, November 6, you can continue inbound. Just try and remain north of the northeast of the extended center line for 31 miles.
Okay, sir.
And you wanted to land at General Aviation, correct?
Correct, sir.
Okay, yeah, you're going to land at Quebec, so just continue inbound, just northeast of the 31 left center line. All right. Okay, 1140, continue next high speed on the left, which is Whiskey Whiskey. Make the left on Whiskey Whiskey and kind of ground 121.9. Have a nice day.
Roger that, continue to Whiskey Whiskey and contact ground American 1140. Thanks for your service.
Kennedy Tower, localize runway 31 right, United 108.
108, Kennedy Tower, hello, wind 310 at 22.29, runway 31 right, clear left.
31 right, United 108.
JFK Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot.
Right, 833 Foxtrot, Kennedy.
We're now west of the Bravo. Request frequency change for the VFR exclusion of the Hudson.
033 Foxtrot, ready to service terminated, change to advisory frequency approved, and squawk VFR, have a nice day.
Over to Unicom, Squawk VFR. We'll be talking to you soon, November 8033 Foxtrot.
American 2249, verify squawk 4014.
Now we're going to climb up to 1100. I'm assuming that's what BZ is on my chart here, that bridge. Alright, 1100. Let's trim for this. Verrazano Narrows Bridge. Okay, good to know. That's not one of the checkpoints that needs called out, though, is it? Yes, oh, yep, sure is. That's mandatory, okay. come. Cessna, northbound VZ Bridge. Statue of Liberty was also mandatory. Clock. Intrepid's mandatory. And then the George Washington Bridge is mandatory. Okay. Go ahead and close our cow flaps on cruise. Cruise checklist, throttle prop, make sure cow flaps are closed, instruments. Alpine Tower, did I forget about that one? Was that one of the other ones that was mandatory? Yeah, okay. DreamNet, thanks. We just got that installed this evening. Although I have to flip them around at some point because unfortunately our rotary encoder down here is running this one and our encoders up here are running the bottom one. I'm gonna have to swap them at some point, but they function. On our leg back down, we'll probably do it. I think we can. We can do a couple of 360s around the Statue of Liberty, about 900 feet. It looks that way. Okay, right turns around the Statue of Liberty. Alright. Well, that'll work out great, because that'll put it right outside your window there. Cessna, northbound, Statue of Liberty. This New York package is by Jureski Design, DD Jureski. I'm never going to be able to pronounce it properly unless I hear it, but it's by them. Works in version 11 and 12. It's really great. And then we have our VFR Hudson SFI landmarks from Gemma Studios. Our good friend Jeffrey did those, available on the X-Plane forums. Alright, there's our clock. Cessna, northbound, Colgate clock. used to work at 29 Broadway, which is back there, huh? Interesting. That's cool. I've actually never been to New York. I mean, I've never been to the city of New York. The Aviator can see about 12 places they've worked. That's awesome too. Welcome aboard. Our Intrepid aircraft carrier is going to be coming up here on our right in just a moment. Actually going to be kind of flying almost over it. It's going to be kind of hard to see. But we'll try and bank over it just a little bit. Put a bit of a forward slip in just to kind of keep it in the window there. But there she is. There's the Intrepid. Cessna northbound Intrepid. George Washington Bridge is going to be our next landmark. It's coming up here. I bet this route looks really good in MSFS just for the VFR aspect. You know, if only I can adjust the zoom independently on each display, we'd try that, but until they can get that fixed. It's kind of difficult to fly when the runway out your side windows is a quarter the size of the runway out your front display. can imagine it is quite impressive. Alright, ground speed right now is 85 knots, indicating 100. We do have that headwind, so we need to factor that in on our trip back down. I'm going to turn the fuel pump on and switch his tanks real quick. Yeah, go right on ahead, JPC. There's a real world photo channel there. If you want to drop them in there whenever you get a chance, no rush. But I appreciate it. Cessna, northbound, George Washington Bridge. Okay, yeah, Sim Heaven does a really good job modeling. Original ground speed, hello. It's going pretty decent. We're almost to the end of our northbound leg up the Hudson. We're gonna turn around and head back south once we pass the Alpine Tower there. But overall, it's going pretty good, Wilk. Something just fell, and I don't know what fell. So I'll find out soon enough. So what we're about to experience here momentarily is an unfortunate side effect of ortho photos, with photos that are taken at different times of the year. Kind of transition from a colder season to a warmer season to a colder season. Awesome, JPC, I appreciate that. I'll check them out later. Alpine Tower is right about 11:30 right there. Pictures from 2 different airplanes as well. Excellent. So we're not going to go all the way up to Hudson Valley like I originally thought we might for time. We're just going to make a 180 over the Hudson, head back south once we get north of the tower here. Cessna, northbound Alpine Tower. There it is. Let's go check it out. Left my wing, looks clear that way. We're just gonna do kind of a, I know I'm kind of close to the roads here, but I want to check out this model of this tower here. So go ahead and check out the SFRA landmarks on the X-Plane forum. Add those to your custom scenery if you fly the area. Definitely well worth it. Cessna, southbound Alpine Tower. Okay, did a 180 around the Alpine Tower, rounded out, now proceeding back southbound along the Hudson SFRA. Got that tailwind pushing us. I wonder what highway that is that runs along the Hudson here. I'll have to look that up later. I'm just curious what the number is. Did a lot of hiking around the Palisades. When you were a younger lad, huh? Palisades Parkway. Okay. Ringo, hello, welcome. Yes, the windows are 32-inch monitors, yes. But you're looking at a Felicity, flight training device that I've been building. Welcome. We're in a Cessna 206 actually this evening. Cessna southbound, George Washington Bridge. Alright, so 87's on the east side until we get down to the Tappan Zee Bridge. Okay. The Intrepid aircraft carrier is going to be our next checkpoint. I think a lot of those reviews there, Ringo, are coming from possibly asking too much of X-Plane on a particular system. Now, I don't have any issues per se, but you know, I kind of limit what it shows me too, so it doesn't bog down the system. Actually, this is, I haven't done anything to enhance it, I mean, other than, like, the actual graphics. I mean, scenery-wise, you know, we talking graphics or scenery? Scenery is all custom ortho photos and custom scenery, but graphics-wise, I've actually reduced the graphics. X-Plane can put out a lot more than this. So as far as enhancing it, not so much. I've actually reduced it. And I've got a 4K display in front, but I've got X-Plane only outputting 1080. Cessna southbound, Intrepid. So now, as far as X-Plane goes, this is X-Plane straight out of the box. There's nothing special. Understood, JPC. So X-Plane 12. It's pretty involved to try and explain the difference in scenery, but this is not default. What you're seeing, like the buildings and the ground and what you're seeing on the ground and everything, that is not default X-Plane 12. That is all custom scenery. JPC thinks I'll get 3-1 left. It's quite possible. We'll find out. Alright, once we get to our Alpine clock, I'll put a slip in. You can kind of see it there. There's our Alpine clock. Cessna southbound Alpine clock. And then let's drop down a couple hundred and well, Ringo, I discussed that actually this last Tuesday night. So if you want to go and check out one of our previous flight here on Twitch, it explains everything. Hello, love. Cessna southbound, we're gonna circle the Statue of Liberty. Right hand turns. We're 900 feet. I want to stay here. Oh, it's fine. We're still in the air. There is Lady Liberty. Now, the stall horn doesn't mean you're stalling. It just means your conditions are right to stall. Alright. Back up to 1100. Okay. Alright, it's about right. JPC, if I ever decide to come to New York City, I'm gonna hit you up because I'm not gonna know anything about anything around here. There are so many buildings.
Kennedy Airport. Numerous cranes operating at Kennedy. Operate transponder on mode Charlie on all taxiways and runways.
Cessna
Please
southbound,
recall runway
easy
hold
bridge.
short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel. Kennedy Airport native information hotel 0251 Zulu. Web 320 at 14. Visibility 10.
Delta 352,
Fuel clouds at 15,000. Fuel clouds at 25,000.
Follow UPS in front of me, Delta 352.
Okay, Tower, Cactus 57, visual to your left.
Cactus 1057, Kennedy Tower, continue. Will be a departure prior to your arrival.
Cactus 737.
Challenger 231 Quebec here, contact departure. Thanks for your help. Take care.
One Quebec here, switch ends here.
Up to 1917, will you be ready to go fairly soon once they put you in position?
Delta 1917, we're ready to go right away.
Okay, Delta 1917, runway 31 left, line up and wait. It'll be a few seconds, quick go.
Line up and wait for Delta 1917.
It's 1057, traffic in position, will depart prior to your arrival.
1057.
JFK Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot.
8033 Foxtrot, Kennedy Tower.
We are type 206, slant Golf, 10 to the west, and we have hotel on board to land, full stop.
Kennedy Tower, good evening. Delta 1202 is visual for 31 left.
Delta 1202, Kennedy Tower, continue.
Roger, 1202.
1917, no delay, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff, traffic 3 mile funnel.
1 left, clear for takeoff for Delta 1917.
Just 1057, runway 31 left, clear to land, traffic departs prior to arrival, wind 31014.
Clear to land, 31 left, Cactus 757.
Delta 1202. Delta 1202, runway 31 left, clear to land, number 2, following 8320 on about a 2 mile final, 131014.
Clear to land, 31 left, Delta 1202.
2985, hold short, runway 31 left, for landing traffic. Hold short, 31 left.
I'm not sure if you heard me or not. Kennedy Tower, November 8033 Foxtrot.
Number 8033 Foxtrot, Kennedy Tower, squawk 0321, remain outside Bravo airspace for now.
0321, remain outside of the Bravo for now, 8033 Foxtrot.
From 1917, Rock, thanks for the help. Departure, have a nice day.
Over at departure for 1917. Thanks for the observers, I'm going. Take care.
Take care.
Yeah, I figured it might take us a minute to get sequenced in there. And trust me, I would not be attempting this if it...
8033 Foxtrot, radar contact South Coney Island, altimeter 3055. For now, just hold your position. I'm going to have you, I'll sequence you inbound here shortly.
We'll hold here and talk to you soon, 33 Foxtrot.
It's 1057 with no delay. Exit to the right. Contact ground 121.9. I got traffic short final.
Yeah, I would not have attempted to land at JFK tonight if I did not already previously arrange it and make sure it was okay.
Kennedy Tower, PS 91 Heavy, I lost tree one right.
PS 91 Heavy, Kennedy Tower, wind 31014, runway 31 right, clear to land.
31 right, clear to land, PS 91 Heavy.
Number 8033 Foxtrot, proceed eastbound along the shoreline, south shoreline. Remain outside Bravo airspace. I'm going to tuck you in once you get a little bit further east.
Eastbound along the short line, outside the Bravo, November 8033 Foxtrot.
American 2995 from way 31 left. Line up and wait.
WestJet, hello my friend, welcome.
Way 31 left. American 2995. Airplane's 242, Kennedy Town, hold short, 331 heavy.
31 left, difference.
Yeah, the circle's coming up here pretty quick.
Yes, 1111, you're following the yes, you can continue straight ahead, make the right on Zulu, you're going to be behind the airframes. Run right through behind the airframes, UPS 1111.
WestJet, it's going pretty good so far.
352, you're following the UPS.
Following UPS, Delta 352.
You Delta 4545, hold your position, I'll have your sequence shortly.
Hey, WestJet, hope you've had a good day.
4545, hold your position, I'll have your sequence shortly.
Sorry, was that for 5 Charlie Papa?
No, it's for Delta 4545, hold your position. Delta 4545, do you hear me?
Oh, yes I do.
Okay, don't move, just stay where you are, don't move.
I'm not moving, however, a yellow plane is pretty much running me over.
Okay, well now you were behind him. He's moving correctly, so just stay in your position, and I'll get you moving here shortly, okay?
Sounds good.
JetBlue 319, you're going to hold short behind the Delta citation right in front of you, okay?
We'll hold behind Delta, JetBlue.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
And Tower Cactus Empty Center, we got a plane behind us for around 31 left, Mike Bravo.
It's 1057, ground point 9, please.
Point 9, thank you.
Up to 1202, ground point 9, please.
Ground point 9, 1202, thanks to the awesome ATC, good night.
Have a great night. Okay.
Tower Delta 701 passing, Mall B now 2000.
American 2985, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway 31 left, American 2995, thank you, great service tonight.
Just American 2995, just stay with me for a little longer. Who was the other aircraft checking in?
Delta 701 right between Mall B and Zoo Lab right now.
711, runway 31 right, could land with 310 at 14.
Okay, 31 right, let's clear the line, Delta 701 heavy.
UPS 91, you going to the left or right?
Left up Sierra today.
UPS 91, next left turn, ground point 9, have a great day.
Next left, ground point 9, UPS 91.
Air France 242, runway 31 left, line up lane.
Line up away, 31 left, Air France, Concord 242 heavy.
Number 5 Charlie Papa, hold your position. I'm going to have to sequence you a little bit differently, so just hold your position, 5 Charlie Papa.
Okay, holding position, 5 Charlie Papa.
JetBlue 319, hold short, Juliet, please.
I will hold short, Juliet 319.
I'm sorry, JetBlue 319, I meant Zulu. Hold short, Zulu.
Sure, Zulu 319.
Good, sir.
UPS, Delta 4545, checking in U2, hold short. Or hold
Just stay where you are. I'll move you in a second, Delta 4545. Just when I give you an instruction, you'll move. For now, just stay in your position, and I have a sequence for you shortly.
Okay, sounds good, thank you.
You're welcome. American 2995, thanks for your help. Connect departure. Have a wonderful day.
Sure, wonderful day to you, American 2995.
Tower citation 417, Hotel Sierra is on a 9-mile final ILS 31 right. Number 417 Hotel Sierra, Kennedy Tower, hello. Number 2, following A330 on a 3-mile final, causeway turbulence, wind 31014, runway 31 right, clear to land. Land number 2 on 31 right, 417 Hotel Sierra. Air France 242, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 31 left, Air France, Concord 214.
Yes, 1111, causeway turbulence from the departing Concord, runway 31 left, line up and wait. 31 left, line up and wait, yes, 1111 heavy. Up to 4545. Do you see an aircraft in front of you to the right?
To the right, yes, I see a yellow plane.
Okay, so the aircraft that you see to the right is a fellow Delta. Can you follow him to the runway?
Yes, sir, I can, thank you.
All right, follow him to the runway. Don't enter the runway, just follow him to the runway and hold short, please.
Do I need to repeat that or no?
No, that's okay. You understand what I mean, right?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, then do that.
Delta 352, holding short, runway 31 left.
Alright.
Hey, Tower, how you doing tonight? Delta 2029, what's the sequence?
Little situational awareness. I'm moving along the ground at 90 knots.
Kennedy Tower low.
Oil pressure,
now,
oil
just continue
temperature,
ahead and
good.
hold short, taxiway Juliet.
Suction
Your
is
sequence
good.
will be behind a JetBlue, currently on Zulu.
Straight ahead, we'll hold short of Juliet, follow the JetBlue, the one heading to the right.
Yeah, you're number 5, so just continue straight ahead short of Juliet, and I'll point out the JetBlue one. Actually, you're going to be following the citation right in front of you, so just stand by.
Okay, Delta 2029, no plan to follow the citation ahead. We'll hold short of Juliet until we hear otherwise.
Thank you. JetBlue 711, you can take the next left turn and taxi to Park Monitor ground 121.9.
Okay, that was for Delta 711, right?
Canadian Tower, Delta 2617, with your 9-mile flight on runway 31 right. 2616, Kennedy Tower, hello, number 2, following the citation, 2-mile final wind 31014, runway 31 right, clear to land. Number 2, we'll look for the traffic, clear to land, 31 right, Delta 2617. Kennedy Tower, American 325, ILS 31 right. American 325, Kennedy Tower, hello, number 3, following a 737 on 6-mile final wind 31014, runway 31 right, clear to land.
Maybe 400. Alright, let's get down to 400.
BS 1111 heavy, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff. 0 left, clear for takeoff, BS 1111 heavy. 833 Foxtrot, cleared into Bravo airspace. Enter a left base, runway 31 left, and heavy, an A320 departs prior to your arrival.
Enter left base 31 left, 8033 Foxtrot.
Number 33 Foxtrot, my name, but if you can make that left base turn right now, that'd be great. Delta 352, hold short, runway 31 left for landing traffic.
Holding short, runway 31 left, Delta 352.
711, if you're still disregarding, monitor ground 121.9.
Here we go, into the Bravo, on an FNO, even to boot.
Foxtrot, runway 31 left, clear to land.
31 left, clear to land, 8033 Foxtrot.
Wind 310 at 14.
Have the winds, 33 Foxtrot.
Yes, 1111, contact your departure. What is it? What departure? GPS 1111, how do you be?
We got like a long runway.
95, Kennedy Tower, you here?
Plenty of runway.
JetBlue 319. Follow the Delta to your right, Delta 4545 was talking. You're going to follow him, so just make a right turn on taxiway Zulu, please.
Make the right on Zulu, JetBlue 319.
Number 5, Charlie Pop, you're going to follow the JetBlue from the right to the
Field
left. You're
elevation
going to follow
here
him.
is 13 feet, so almost sea level.
Follow the JetBlue
Where
on
am I at? 600?
Delta 2029, follow the Challenger ahead.
Follow the Challenger ahead, Delta 2029.
Thank you.
Delta 4545, should I move forward or stay here?
Delta 4545, just continue straight ahead and hold short, runway 31 left.
Round into our final.
Sounds good, thank you.
Delta 352, just want to verify you're no longer on frequency. Delta 352. Delta 4545, looks like you dropped, so continue straight ahead, hold short of the runway, please. 45, continue straight ahead and hold short, runway 31 left.
Attention all aircraft. John F. Kennedy International, altimeter 3055.
Pay no attention to those VATSIM lights, we have a plenty of runway.
325, we didn't give it to you, runway 31 right, clear to land. You gave it to us, but 31 right, clear to land for America. Thanks. Delta 2617, left on Victor if you can make it, if not, next left immediate when you can. And then contact ground 121.9.
Alright, we made the Victor. Over to ground 121.9. Have a good night, American. Delta 2617.
Feet. Alright, let's shift our focus all the way down to the end of that runway there.
Delta 45, runway 31 left, line up and wait.
Copy that, thank you.
So I need that official read back if you don't mind.
Okay, sorry. Delta 45, line up runway 31 left and wait.
Thank you, sir. 8033 Foxtrot, if you can make the right on Mike Bravo, and then make a left on taxiway Bravo, join Papa, ground 121.9.
Right on Mike Bravo, and what was the rest? I'm sorry, 33 Fox.
Okay, just the next is the right Bravo, and then make a left on taxiway Papa, and then contact ground 121.9. You headed over to General Aviation, right, shelter?
Affirmative, General Aviation.
Okay, next right, then a left on Papa, ground 0.9, and see you later, Mike.
Left on Papa, ground on 0.9. Thank you for your service. Good evening, sir.
Delta 45, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff.
Delta 45, clear for takeoff, runway 31 left.
JetBlue 319, thanks for your patience. Runway 31 left, line up and wait. Line up and wait, 31 left, JetBlue 319. Sure.
Hey, ground, I made a wrong turn. I'm gonna go back to Bravo the other way, Delta 2617. Delta 2617, hold position. Holding position, 2617.
JFK ground, November 8033 Foxtrot, on Papa, taxiing GA ramp, or GA.
November 8033 Foxtrot, Kennedy ground, good evening, taxi to the ramp via Papa Alpha, Quebec. Have a good one.
Papa Alpha, Quebec, GA ramp, November 8033 Foxtrot. Thank you for your service, good night.
Delta 2617, are you able to make your next right onto Victor Alpha, and then a right again onto Alpha? Yeah, I got it. Delta 2617. Right onto Victor Alpha, then another right onto Alpha.
Papa
Get back on
Alpha.
track, thanks.
And then Quebec.
Kennedy ground, good evening. Delta 988 with hotel ready to taxi.
Delta 988, Kennedy ground, good evening. Runway 31 left, taxi via left Bravo, Gulf. Zulu, cross runway 22 right at Gulf.
Bravo, Zulu, Gulf, cross 4 left at Gulf. Delta 988.
JPC, greatly appreciated.
Hotel Bravo with hotel.
Means a lot coming from you, sir. I'm assuming
Delta 438.
Papa
Runway
Alpha.
31 left, taxi via left Bravo,
There's Papa
Gulf,
Alpha.
Zulu, cross runway 22 right.
Bravo, Golf, Zulu, cross 22 right, Delta 438. Heavy Grand American 325, clear of 31 right on Whiskey.
American 325, Kennedy ground, good evening, where are you parking?
No specific parking tonight for American 325.
American 325, you can taxi to the ramp straight on Whiskey, have a good one.
Straight on Whiskey for American 325, let's see ya.
Alright, this
Delta
is Papa Alpha.
2617, if you have the opportunity, if you're going to turn left into the ramp ahead of you, that's fine. Otherwise, if you can scoot over to Bravo and go around, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm gonna get down to Tango Bravo and go over to Bravo Delta 2617. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Well, we landed at JFK.
Delta 1411, right for taxi. I have no idea where I am.
Delta 1411, I got you. You're at Terminal 1, you're good. Runway 31 left, you can taxi via Bravo Juliet, hold short 22 right.
Bravo Juliet, and hold short of what? 1411?
Hold short, runway 22 right.
Oh, to right.
General
Delta
Aviation
1411.
Terminal.
Alaska 559, hold short Yankee on Zulu.
Hold short Yankee on Zulu, 559.
Delta 438, that's Hotel, not Golf, but that's okay. You can continue Hotel Zulu. Monitor Tower 119.1, have a good one. Alright, we'll just continue Hotel Zulu. We'll monitor Tower Delta 438. Sorry about that.
KFK ground, Delta 4298. We just pushed back from Charlie 39. We're ready for taxi to 31 left. But there seems to be a glitch where I'm not seeing any traffic on my simulator, so if I end up going through somebody, I apologize.
I'm sorry.
Delta 4298, understood. I'll try and make sure you are aware of whatever traffic's going to be around you.
I'm sorry, that was funny. I shouldn't laugh, but I did.
Delta 4298, for now you can, let's say runway 31 left, taxi via left, Bravo, Gulf, hold short 22 right.
Okay. Alright, what do we have on our after landing checklist? Okay, flaps going up. Let's get our cow flaps back open. Strobes going off, landing lights going
Delta
off.
7523, Kennedy clearance is online.
All of our lights going off there.
135.053505.
Transponder, let's go ahead and reset that for next time. Trim, let's reestablish for takeoff, motor trim.
25 off 31 right at Whiskey.
Okay.
That's frequency 135.05.
Avionics going on. Mixture to lean. Maxed off. Mastered off. Parking brake on. Alright. Outstanding. Tell you what, let me disconnect from the VATSIM network. We'll head back to the FBO, chit chat for a little bit. Pull up some of these pictures. And yeah, I'll see you back at the office.
Alright, well, that was fun. That was really fun. Just a quick recap. Departing out of Republic. Our tower controller was none other than Jet Pilot Cinnamon, the founder of the Virtual USA Flying Club. And from there, we departed west along the shoreline and got a clearance through the Bravo from JFK Tower, who was the former VAT USA 1. Anthony Santanas. I mess it up every time. That's gonna make me mad now. Let me pull it back up. Because I've messed it up so many times before. Anthony Santanastaso. So anyway, we talked to him when we were traveling east to west, and then he brought us into land. Now, like I said, I cleared this with him earlier today. Normally, I wouldn't even try to attempt to get into a Bravo on a Friday night VATSIM FNO. It's almost impossible most of the time, and on a whim, I jokingly asked, what are the chances that, a GA aircraft would get a clearance in there tonight, and he more than welcome accepted it, so that was great. Up the Hudson SFRA, learned a couple things I had forgotten about, a couple of the checkpoints. I had forgotten that this VZ bridge needed called out, as well as the Statue of Liberty. The rest of the checkpoints I knew needed called out, but if I didn't refresh myself on the SFRA chart, I would have completely forgotten about it, it probably wouldn't have affected our flight tonight. The SFRA was relatively quiet, surprisingly, but overall, I think it was a great flight. The aircraft performed relatively decently. Hardware performed relatively decently. I have no real complaints. I hope you all had a good time. It's not often we do the Hudson, so I want to thank you all for coming in and hanging out as we did that this evening. Flying is fun, but it's always more fun when it's more than one, and you all make that happen for me, so I can't thank you all enough. I don't have much more time. We're going to have to bring this to a close. But if you are new here, please feel free to go ahead and follow our channel. If you've come back to see me, I do greatly appreciate it. I do want to take a couple minutes before we sign off to take a look at these photos that JPC put in the Discord hangar. Let's take a look here. So this is the South Shoreline JFK below 500 feet in a Piper Warrior back in 2013. So that's heading southbound. That's pretty cool. And the next one, I wonder if I can scroll through them. We'll try and scroll through them. Wow. These are really cool. That's a pipe. Okay, so that's a low wing. So it's a Piper. It's so neat to fly this in the simulator and see, see real photos. Well, JPC, I appreciate you sharing those photos with us. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, there's a bunch more here too. Okay, a new post. We'll try this. There we go. Amazing. Really neat. It's neat to see some of these buildings and how they actually represent the shape of the buildings that I saw in the simulators. That's really awesome. Alright, I think that's about it. Again, I want to thank you all for coming in and hanging out. JPC, thank you so much for your information tonight and sharing those photos and helping us out along the way, and for your ATC service out of Republic this evening. It's always a pleasure flying in and out when you're controlling, so thank you for that. Tomorrow I'm rear world flying, and then if there's time permitting after that, we'll be getting into something, but I'm not sure what. We may just reproduce what we did earlier in the day in the real aircraft. Gonna head over to Mansfield, MFD, Kilo Mike Foxtrot Delta, and get my ATC work knocked out as part of the ACS for private pilot. Which again I've done before. It's just expired and I kind of have to redo that and stuff. So, alright, that's it. Let's see who we can send you over to for the rest of your evening enjoyment. Let's see. Alright, so we'll try and keep it in line with the Triple Crown FNO. I will send you over to... I have so many choices tonight. I will send you over to Slant Alpha Adventures. He's doing some ATC controlling on Baltimore, Washington. Looks like BWI South approach, maybe. So we'll send you over there. Tell him 33 Fox says hello. If you can't stay for his stream, please just stay for his raid for a little bit. And we will see you all for our next regularly unscheduled flight. It's been my pleasure flying with you. Good night, everyone.